Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 12th, 2023 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced in a separate video on the 1st of January. So keep your eyes open to that, and good luck to everyone. Do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box pretending to be me. It will not be me. You will only know who wins via that video. So keep your eyes peeled. Now, if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, as are all the cards that I'm using. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Ooh. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Ace of Wands. There we go. We then have the Five of Cups reversed. We have the Five of Swords reversed. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. And we have the Death card reversed. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. And we have the 10 of Cups in the upright position. So that's absolutely beautiful. The repeat of the number 5 is a freedom number. Now, this new moon is in Sagittarius. Freedom is a huge part of Sagittarius energy. So being aware of that during this time is very big for us. We're wanting freedom. We're wanting kind of to break out, to move forward, to achieve more. So being aware of this during this time is a big deal. This moon is at 20 degrees, 40 minutes in Sagittarius. It is the 4th new moon in a 7 new moon cycle that brings new beginnings and a new chapter into our life. So if you want to know more about the astrology of everything, check out Pam Gregory's channel here on YouTube. I have her linked in the description box below. She's an astrologer and just absolutely brilliant. So check her out. Now, this new moon brings awakening and it brings truth. So knowing that that's going to be kind of our buzzwords, our keywords for this time is going to be a very empowering thing for us, but also a very focusing thing. The Sagittarius new moon is all about hope. It's all about optimism. It's all about adventure and craving freedom as well as truth. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is balance. This is going to be a time where Sagittarius energy in the tarot is temperance, balance, harmony. And we're going to be looking at things and seeing where's the balance in my life and where is that balance lacking. Can I achieve it, succeed it in one way or another, or am I held back from it? So being aware of this during this time is going to be very important, looking at our balance, looking at our harmony, looking at ourselves. Now, this is a very powerful new moon for setting our intentions. This is going to be a time where what we set as our intentions, what we desire, we can really gain and grow in. This is because Sagittarius has power. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the Roman name for Zeus, right? The Greek god Zeus. So here we're stepping into our power. We're looking at how do we want to gain? How do we want to move forward? Now, there are 5 planets in mutable signs during this time. And let's see what the chakra energy has to say before we go into that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is life purpose reversed. And we can be feeling as if we're not living up to our potential, as if our life purpose is hidden from us, as if we're overwhelmed, as if we've been floundering when everybody else is up on their feet, achieving, succeeding, and having a whole bunch of fun because of it. We can feel like we are floundering. We can feel like we are overwhelmed. And this is because, well, first of all, those 5 planets in mutable signs is very much a part of it. And also Sagittarius itself is a mutable sign. The sun is in Sagittarius. The moon is in Sagittarius. There is this power here of profound change. And we can feel very off balance because of it. But this is also a time where we're starting to look at the harmony, the balance, the structure of our life. Like, where do we want to be? Where do we need to be for ourselves? What doors do we need to open? What is it that we are desiring? And that can feel at odds with the purpose that we're here for. And so this can be a time that we need to step back in and we need to say, okay, where do I need to be? Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces, okay, as immutable signs. These are the 5 planets, immutable signs. The moon, the sun, and Mars are in Sagittarius. This means change comes easily. We are ruled by Saturn. So our ruling planet is in Pisces. That means we're feeling more. That means that Pisces is all about the emotions and feelings and, kind of like heart up construction. Not Sagittarius, but Saturn energy is all about rules and structure. And this is the way it's supposed to be energy. So we could be feeling off balance because of that, because what we logically know to be kind of like the case of things, or how we thought we were supposed to perceive things, we're not right now. And that can be very off balancing to us. We're looking here and saying, well, what is it that I'm here to do? Why is it that I'm here? What is it that I'm moving forward towards? And so our life purpose reversed is having us bring a lot of questions. What can be very good for answering those questions, which seems silly and maybe even counterintuitive, is singing and humming and, chanting and letting the vibrational energy within our throat chakra come forward. And we're going to see that in those moments when we release, all of a sudden a lot of knowledge can come and can guide us. Now, Neptune is squared the new moon. The new moon is squared Neptune. And this brings spirituality into our day-to-day. We start to see it more as like, oh, there's deeper meaning here. There's deeper power here. There's mystical energy in everything. And we feel it so strongly. The Ace of Wands, and I know I am skipping what to be mindful of, and I'll get there in just a minute, but the Ace of Wands is showing us our passion, our fire, our determination, our focus. The Ace of Wands, also Sagittarius, is represented by the wands in the minor arcana. So this is a gift from Sagittarius energy, of fire, of passion, of purpose, of hope, of determination, of focus, of insight. And so much is illuminated that it can be overwhelming. And so much can be illuminated that it's changing a lot. We're looking at things very differently. We're questioning, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? And with this, let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have two. We have the Lovers, which when we're told to be mindful of the Lovers, it's saying here, you know what? Be mindful of lust taking over. Kind of the lust of it all becomes very intriguing, becomes all powering, all encompassing, all empowering. And it doesn't have the staying power as, the love does of it. So be mindful about that. Also be mindful that we're not fully embracing our duality, what we need, what we want, what we're looking for. We're ignoring one half of ourselves kind of a lot during this time. The Five of Swords is cutting through doubts and fears and negativity, is, finding our voice and saying, this is where I need to be, by facing battles that we had faced before. But they tend to make us feel small and weak and overwhelmed. And we're wondering, how can I? And that's also here with the Five of Swords reversed. So we have the Five of Swords reversed to be mindful of, that we're going to be facing a battle that we have faced before. And we might not be happy with the way that we handle it. We could always think, oh, I could have done better. And we could have done better, maybe, and maybe we couldn't have. So showing ourselves some grace is going to be a very important thing. This is going to be a time where we have certain energies come up that we'd rather not. We'd rather not. And there's a question of, how do I move forward towards where I need to be? How do I see what it is that I desire, what it is that I want, what it is that I need, and not fall into the patterns that have been constructed since I was small? And we're going to be seeing ourselves, liberating ourselves, of saying, you know what, this is fair and this isn't fair. This is what I want and this is what I don't want. And it brings us to a place where when we're in that energy, it's very hard to change our minds, change our lives. We'll have a tendency to get stuck. It's kind of like a record getting stuck on certain things that just aren't going right, on frustrations and angers and doubts and fears that are holding us back, that are keeping us stuck in one way or another. And the Two of Cups that we have behind us, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing the healing, beautiful love. We're not seeing the deeper connection. So just be mindful about this during this time here, Capricorn, that there's a sense that we can get stuck. We can just, sit there, and it can just feel like it feels bigger than it actually is. In the moment, we might say, well, this is huge. Yeah. But in the greater scheme of everything, it's not going to be as huge as we think it is. Okay. Which I know somebody is saying, no, that's not true because this is big. But Spirit is saying here, step back because we're too close to it. And being too close to it is too overwhelming. So just be aware of this during this time. Saturn is conjunct the fixed star of Persia. Now, this fixed star is Fomalhaut, and this star moves, all fixed stars move 1 degree every 72 years. And that's a big thing, right? That's with us forever, for a very long time. And Fomalhaut is linked to the Archangel Gabriel. And the Archangel Gabriel is our spiritual teacher and is the messenger of God to human beings. So that's the way the messages are conveyed from God. So here we are going to have a lot of information coming to us. All right. With the Queen of Cups reversed, our Archangel Gabriel is talking to our hearts. Our angels, our spirit guides are talking to our hearts. We have been burnt a couple of times by listening to our hearts. And so here it's going to be hard for us to open up that energy, open up to that understanding. Also knowing that during this time, Fomalhaut is also linked to the dragon and serpent, which in Persian mythology is linked to demons. So here we have messages from angels coming to us, but stirring up the pathway of demons, like stirring up the hurts and the pains and the disappointments of base energy vibration that's trying to pull us down. If we do not listen to our hearts and say, what is it that I love? What is it that I need? What's really important to me? We will always feel stuck, and we will feel like I'm not getting ahead. So just be mindful here that listening to our hearts, connecting with our emotions, but not letting our emotions rule everything and be overpowering, that's going to be a very important thing. The Death card reverse is there's a transformation that's coming. There is something that we're changing into. Now, this is also because Mercury is conjunct the dwarf planet Korar. Now, Korar is a creator god who brings order out of chaos. But Korar is also linked strongly to spirituality. And this is going to be a time where we see a lot of things that are Mercury based, finding order out of chaos in communication, in creativity, in our voice, in our mind. Here there's a rebirth that's coming, but it's having us connect more and more with spirit. And Capricorn, we're a little bit apprehensive about that, of stepping so fully into the emotional or the unseen, the spiritual. So just being mindful about this during this time. The veil between the spirit world and our world is lessening. And we are having a hard time listening to that. We're having a hard time taking it in. So slowing down and moving kindly with the energy and with ourselves is going to be very big. The new moon is also conjunct. No, the new moon and the sun are conjunct Mars in Sagittarius. And this brings energy that's very fast moving, coupled with all the mutable sign energy. We really just don't have that solid foundation that we really want here, Capricorn, and it's throwing us for a loop. But this also brings with, the new moon and the sun conjunct Mars, it brings with it a real sense of opinionatedness. So everybody has a very strong opinion about everything. And then that brings dogmatism, like a dogmatic behavior. It has to be just like this. It has to be just like that. So being aware of this during this time is going to be super important for us. It's like, okay, I have to step out of my ego and step into my emotions and not let my emotions overpower me, but also stay grounded within myself. Now, the new moon and the sun are trine Eris, the dwarf planet Eris, and the North Lunar Node. And this brings the individual energy really beautifully forward. So we very much respect the individual, even though we can be fighting against that with the dogmatism, like we all want to conform this way. So just be mindful about this. And it brings this empowerment movement forward towards truth and towards fairness. Now, the new moon and the sun are tightly conjunct Uranus, and this brings that spiritual awakening forward. We have the 10 of Cups here. The 10 of Cups is in, and they all live happily ever after. We're moving towards our happiness. We're moving towards our joy. But I do see some things coming up that it's like, oh, wow, that got real. Or, oh, wow, that got intense. Or, oh, wow, that's more than I thought it was going to be. We're looking at our happiness. And we're saying, how do I follow my happiness? How do I follow my joy? How do I step into who I am? What brings me bliss? And the bliss is part of our life purpose. That's why we're here. And so this is a time where Spirit is saying to us, embrace your joy, find your happiness, and move forward in that energy. There will be a lot here during this time trying to dismantle it, trying to dismantle you, trying to say it's not enough and you're not good enough. Keep on moving forward towards what you dream, towards what you love, and towards what you want. There's going to be big breakthroughs. You're coming to a completion of a cycle emotionally, spiritually. It's going to be like, oh, wow. It's like you come out the other end. It's like, oh, reborn. But we've been fighting that birth for quite some time. We've been fighting that transformation. Our subconscious, not subconscious, but our Luna message, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Luck is on your side. So we have here resilience. We've been carrying around a huge burden. But here, with our fire and our passion shining forward, luck is on our side. We're taking aim. This is the new moon in Sagittarius. We're very aligned with this moon more than we think we are. We're going to be looking at everything that we've been carrying, everything that has been weighing down on our shoulders. And Spirit is saying here, communication is key. Communication in order to break the cycle of being stuck in the loop, of seeing the negative and looking at the boundaries that we have and saying, am I setting my clear boundaries? Do I know what it is that I want? Do I know how it is that I need to move forward? Here, we need to communicate with ourselves. Where do I see me? And why am I seeing me? Like, that sounds like a weird thing to say. I have to pause because why am I seeing me? It's like, it's your life. Of course you're seeing you. But Spirit is saying, no. A lot of times people move in life and they never truly see themselves. We are starting to see ourselves in a very real way, in a very powerful way, in a very like, oh, this is me way. And it's throwing us for a loop. Make sure you have clear boundaries with people, with situations, with things. And it's time to open up the door. It's time to say, okay, this is what I want. And we're having a hard time vocalizing it. Your dreams need a practical plan. That's reversed. We can be terribly practical, Capricorn. And we have here resistance. So our dreams need a practical plan. That's reversed. It can also be that we're winging it. We're not having that practical plan, that grounding foundation that we need. And so here, the resistance is, how do I keep growing? And how do I stabilize things in order to let myself shine? Our dreams need a practical plan. They do. And seeing that, acknowledging that, but not falling into the realm that we can, Capricorn, with being so terribly practical, so terribly like, this is the way it needs to be, that it pulls us off course. They've tried to crush us before. They is the proverbial they, the world, other people's dreams, other people's, desires that, tend to trump our own. And it's like, I'm not being crushed and I'm not being silenced. I am moving forward though. It brings us to expect powerful change, and yet we're not. There's a sense here of like, I'm tired of feeling. I'm tired of thinking, okay, now there's going to be that big change, and now there's going to be that big change, and it just stays the same. It's like the same thing, different day. Here, finding our peace, finding harmony, and finding ways to embrace our peace and harmony. That's going to be the game changer for us. That's going to let us see that powerful change is coming because we're resisting it. There's something around us. We can be putting up like physical walls around ourselves, physically holding ourselves back. And it says here, don't let pride get in your way. Nourish your soul, nourish yourself, embrace the spiritual, embrace the unknown, and don't let the ego come forward and say, well, I have it all figured out. Like I know the way that it's supposed to be, because Spirit is saying we don't, and we're going to be surprised at the way the doors open. It brings us to a new start is coming, and we're resisting it. To be discerning, to look at things, and to say, you know what, no, that's not right for me, or yes, that is right for me. That's going to be challenging. So here we're being challenged to be discerning. We're being challenged to know that as we embrace what we love, a new start is coming. But there's a cynicism to us. There's a sense of I'm tired of this. I'm tired and I'm overwhelmed. How do I move forward to where I need to be if I'm tired and overwhelmed? And Spirit is saying, embrace your heart. Embrace what you love. Embrace seeing you. Embrace showing up for you because you matter. And your time on this earth, it matters. Our subconscious spirit energy is nature. What is your nature? And how are you nurturing that nature? And are you connecting with nature? Our subconscious chakra energy is Mother Earth. This is the Earth Star chakra reversed. Now, not reversed. Well, yeah, this is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet, and it's reversed. We're not connecting with Mother Earth. We're not connecting with our earth energy, our grounding energy, our soul's energy. So being aware of this is going to be important for us. It's like, okay, how do I ground me again? How do I step into the energy of nurturing, of compassion, of understanding myself? It brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is the moon. The moon that we are talking about, the new moon, this is also Pisces energy, fear and doubt, a duality of ourselves coming forward, a question of how do I move forward in what I love and what I want? Where do I need to be? What is it that I desire? And why is fear so ready to come in and swallow me? What is it that makes the fear so real in our existence? What is it that we've lived through that we have learned, okay, you better be afraid. You better be afraid and you better wait for everything to be ruined because that we need to release. Our subconscious tarot message is the High Priestess. The veil is being lifted from our eyes subconsciously. We're starting to see, this is what I love, this is what I need, this is what I want. And we're seeing things so much more clearly for ourselves. And we're honoring things so much more openly for us. It brings us then to our subconscious Luna message, which is reverse, the unexpected. There's a sense of a knowing around us. It's kind of like, oh, well, I expected this, like I saw this, I get this, and adjustments are required. Now that's reversed as well. And there's a sense here that adjustments to our emotional state are required. But where we stand in what we want, like we might not see that we're needing to make those really big adjustments. I think what's coming through is that we think it's going to have to be something big. We think we're going to have to make these big changes. And it's going to be very unexpected to us that it's going to be very small, but it's going to be very powerful changes that are needed in order to propel us forward. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Capricorn, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a wonderful moon and happy holidays. Bye.